As it stands right now, about 60% of American households are struggling to pay their bills in the middle of this pandemic and economic downturn. And yeah, country is creating hundreds of thousands of jobs each week. But that does not make up for the tens of millions that were lost during the pandemic. We're not recovering them as quickly as we lost them, and that is prolonging the economic hardship here in this country. Congress has stalled on getting us any relief, any more stimulus checks for struggling Americans. Oh, the House has done fine. Even Steve Mnuchin has been all in favor of it. It's the Republican-controlled Senate that's preventing us from getting any relief here. But they are making sure that greedy corporate pigs can still come feed off the government's trough. Sure, the rest of us might be starving, but those corporate pigs are getting fatter than ever. And here is a news story about just how lopsided these PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program loans, have been for big multinational corporations who manage to take advantage of it by finding all the loopholes and exploiting them. According to a new report by Accountable.us and the Huffington Post, oil companies, several different oil companies who together have been fined roughly $52 million for environmental violations, reaped in a combined $32 million in those PPP loans. And that's $32 million, by the way, that most likely will not ever have to be paid back as long as they can prove that they used it to, cover expenses, cover payroll, things like that. As long as you do that, you don't have to pay it back. And if you do have to pay it back, you're probably going to pay it back at 1 or 2%. So you make a profit off it. So, hey, it's free money. And it almost completely makes up for all the money you've had to pay in fines for intentionally destroying the environment. And if it's not intentionally destroying it, then it's negligently destroying it. But either way, you paid 52 in fines, you got 32 back from the government. It's a pretty sweet deal, right? That's just the story that was reported. I'm going to take that story a little bit further in a direction that I think it should have gone, but didn't. Most of the time, when a corporation gets fined by the federal government, whether it's a big bank who's run afoul of the SEC, or they've committed some kind of fraud, whether it's an oil company with their environmental damage or their labor violations, whatever it is, major corporations typically do not end up paying 100% of the fines that are levied. So that $52 million that they were fined, there is no chance in hell that they actually paid a total of $52 million. $52 million is what it says on paper, but more than likely they only had to pay $75 million of it, or 75% of it, which would have been, if we're doing the super quick math on it, we're probably talking about maybe 35% or $35 million is what they likely paid. So that $32 million that they received in free government money suddenly starting to look like it may have paid off all their loans or fines. So they only pay about 75% of it. And all but, I think 25% is the number, all but 25% of what they pay, they get to write off on their taxes. Did you know that? Did you know that these major corporations, when we finally see the government come in and say, oh, you did wrong, I'm going to fine you $1 billion. The company says, oh, God, oh, I'm so sorry. They don't have to pay the full $1 billion, and then they get to write off nearly all that they do pay back to the federal government. So that maybe $35 million that these oil companies had to pay in environmental damage, yeah, suddenly it's starting to look like maybe they only paid about $5 million. There's only about $5 million in real losses. And they got $32 million from the federal government, from our tax dollars. Yeah, they made out like bandits, because that is exactly what every major corporation in this country is at this point. They're bandits. They're bandits. And we're the people getting stolen from by these corporations. And the federal government is there to help them rob us blind.